Oh, you are. Hello, it is Tease. Good day, good afternoon, good evening. I hope all are well. Hope all are safe. So, I guess this will be the hint to prepare or the hint to know what to get in order to prepare. So, yesterday I was in my slumber, so I went to sleep and then I woke up. So I want to say it wasn't quite midnight. So it was probably maybe 11 something, maybe 10 something to 11 something, but it wasn't midnight. So I go to sleep and then I wake up before midnight, but then I wake up and everything is dark, and I'm thinking like hey, where's my space heater? Where's my fan? Something should be glowing in the background, and nothing was glowing because the power was out. So I think the power went out for not quite an hour, but almost an hour. And the first thing I thought about was the food in the freezer, and I'm thinking I didn't have anything spectacular in the freezer, but I'm thinking oh my gosh, what about the freezer? Because that, to me, that was the first thing I was worried about, as far as if the power goes out. And then that gave me something to prepare on. I guess you can test yourself. If you go to sleep and then you wake up with no power or, no electricity, then it's what will be the first thing that you think of when it comes to, because some people need their electricity. Okay, I got to keep the fan going in my face, or I got to keep my breathing machine going. What is it that you would think of? If the power shuts off right now, what is it that you, and the first thing I thought of was the food in the fridge. And so I guess that'll be my confirmation to get something to back up for the food. I have a cooler and stuff, but I was thinking of getting that portable fridge. So I'm thinking maybe I do have more preparing to do, because you'll think I have everything figured out, or I don't worry about it. And I wasn't worried about it, but that was another epiphany to me to be prepared. Because while we think everything is cool, and everything's sweet and quiet, I'm getting some sleep, but then you wake up and then you hear nothing, no motors running in the background, because the electricity turned off. And again, the first thing I thought about was the fridge, because I guess that would be the only thing that would need electricity right now. But you also have to consider extreme heat and extreme cold. Unless you know how to build a fire, unless you know how to build an igloo, you might need some electricity. So to me, that was an epiphany for me. But I would just want to spread the word to the world to prepare. Just put yourselves in pickles, and therefore you would know what to prepare for. Okay, so if the lights turn off, what would you need? Okay, flashlight, this, and that. And it's different accordingly. Because some people maybe they have night vision. But, okay, in a fire, what would you need? This, and that. In a flood, what would you need? And a this and a that. And you have to consider everything, because we're living in strange, wild times. To where, I guess they said that's another thing too. Alligators are coming around everywhere. I don't know if this is just a coastal issue or a coastal change, but they say the alligators, the people in the South would think, oh no, that's just a Florida thing, and they're like, oh no, it's not a Florida thing. There's an alligator in my pool, or there's an alligator in my backyard, and they're in Georgia and North Carolina. They're not exactly in Florida, even though it's not far from them, but might be a state or two over. But if you're not used to having alligators, hey, why is this alligator in my doggone pool? So I guess if you're by any type of streams or water, the alligator can swim there. When they say these alligators are pretty advanced, not only are they big as hell, literally 500 pounds to a whole ton, they climb. They said they have one climbing trees, climbing walls, climbing fences. One of them opened the door. So I'm just yeah, these animals are very advanced. I think some guy was speaking on, what was the name of these damn beavers. They said beavers and raccoons, I think they're a lot more strong, dangerous, and actually I wouldn't call them dangerous, because it's humans are actually dangerous, because animals are animals. They do their thing, and I don't think they bother humans until something's not right, something that the human did to them that's not right. Because for instance, you cut the forest down, that's probably why there's a deer in your background, because you remove their house. You see what I'm saying? So it's I think the animals only change whenever we change. Whenever human or man, I don't say we, because I don't purposely harm the animals, but things that humans do affect the animals. So if they go tampering with the air and the food, and then that's probably why the animals, just like with that what was it? It was a Kruger. I forgot the name of it, but it was some type of wild cat. I don't know if it was a mountain lion, but it was some kind of wild. It was a wild animal that's usually in the woods, but it came, the coyote. It was a coyote. They said coyotes are coming to people, and this is all from a while ago. Coyotes are coming to the neighborhood because I guess there's something's going on with their food chain, so now they're coming to your neighborhood to snack. So yeah, so if you see a bear coming into like the gas station like it was doing in the mountains, because there's something not right in the habitat. So that's the only reason why the animals act strange. I don't want to deem them dangerous, you know, because they're just animals. But they say, yeah, the beaver, it's like they're getting out of their habitat. So you might find them at work, and then you might find them eating your lunch so they don't have to eat you, you know. So things might be different, like I said, so we have to prepare accordingly, you know, prepare for wildlife, you know. And if, like me, since I'm on the West Coast, and even though bears can travel, I don't think bears, they're not necessarily meat eaters. Like, they'll eat meat, but I think they prefer like berries, you know, and nuts and stuff like that. Because the bear that went into the gas station or went to the convenience store that's toward the mountains, he just always go towards the candy bars. Like, he likes peanuts. So my thing is, if you see any bears or anything, have something to combat, so you won't have to put them out of business. Have something to combat them. If you see a werewolf, maybe have a steak or something waiting on them. Or if you see a bear, maybe have like some trail mix or, you know, mixed fruit or vegetables that you can throw to them, and then they can be distracted. They eat that, and then therefore they'll go on about their business or find somebody else to eat, you know. So I just, you know, there's certain ways of preparing, and you don't just have to prepare for when the lights go out or preparing for an intrusion. You have to prepare for everything, because everything is possible, especially at a time like such as this. Yeah, so with that, because I was kind of thinking, like, what else would I need? Because I try to get little knickknacks, but when the power went off, and the first thing I thought about was the fridge. I was like, okay, well, maybe I need to prepare for a fridge backup, you know? Prepare. And at first, you know, and I know it's easier said than done. Like, you might have a huge laundry list of what to get, but having something is better than nothing. So I would say just do what you can, you know, as time goes by, or maybe weekly, monthly, or whatever works for you, because people need different things and they have different circumstances. Yeah, so I would say, this is what helped me, just literally waking up to no power. That's the first thing you thought about when I had no power. I guess what you can do is, as far as knowing what you need, is put yourself in a pickle. Like, literally, okay, the lights go off, or the car shuts off, or you run out of gas. Stuff like that. Like, what would you do in that pickle? You know? Yeah, so I thought I'd put that out there. Anyway, be well, be safe.